Yeah, that was great. All right. I'm just going to bring up my slides here. So if you've just joined us, welcome. And if you're watching the recording, thanks for watching the recording. So we've got some great information today. So the product I'm going to be talking about before I bring up the slides is, if you can see the bottle, Sisel Terminator. So it comes in a 500 ml bottle. It's a great bottle, actually, and you can reuse this bottle for multiple things. You could, I've actually used it as a water bottle before. So when I finished with it, you could put water in it and use it as a water bottle. It's a really high quality plastic that won't leach into your water. And it's a great bottle just in itself. So there's already one extra use for the product. So let me share these slides here with you. Okay. So before we get started, I just want to make it clear we're not making any claims today to treat, prevent, or cure any disease or illness. We cannot make claims regarding our product. And if you are unwell you should consult your doctor before taking any supplements or before, I guess, even using this product. It might be a good idea. So we have to, really put that disclaimer in there to cover ourselves, and then be mindful of how we actually word things, because we don't want to mislead people down the wrong path. So I just wanted to put that out there. And now I'll move into the presentation, and I'm just going to move our little video here so it's not covering the presentation. All right, so this is a great picture. Don't just cover bad breath, eliminate it. So Sisel's Terminator, and Tom actually had a previous company and had a product very, 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 very similar to this product, and it was a very similar name as well. So if you knew about his previous company, you probably know what product that is. And it was a very popular product for a really, really good reason. And that is because people use the product not just for what it was designed to be used for. They found many other uses for it of their own accord. Of course, the company can't state any of those uses. People have to really try that for themselves and do their own research, and then decide if that's something they want to do with the product. We are going to cover some of those today, and just share with you some of the things that people have done with this product. And we've also got a great little testimonial. So we've got Jeff on today, and we'll bring him on for just 1 or 2 minutes there to share how he's been using it and how he found it's helped with him. So I'll go to the next slide. So the product Terminator obviously is really designed for keeping your mouth clean. It's really designed for, I guess, trying to address bad breath, eliminate those germs in your mouth. And also it does have an action of helping to break down plaque on teeth, the way this particular product is designed. So the Terminator product really does go hand in hand with the Sisel Super Shine toothpaste. So they're a great combination, really healthy, and something that's not covered in this presentation because we don't have time, and I have talked about it previously, but that is, our products are really very, very safe. In today's world, we need to be mindful of the toxins we're putting in our body. What personal care products are you using at the moment that have potentially harmful ingredients that are adding a toxic load to your body? And, we have so many things going wrong in this world, with people getting unwell and cancers and all sorts of things. And it's an accumulative effect of all these toxins. I'm not saying that's the only reason, there's many reasons, but it doesn't help. Okay, so really we want to be mindful that we are using safe products. And so you can, always go into your bathroom and have a look at those ingredients. Turn over the back of the bottle with some of those personal care products you're using. Have a look and see those ingredients and do your own research, Google them and find out what you can, if they're actually, potentially harmful or, going to accelerate that aging process, which we definitely don't want to do. So let me get into this slide. So volatile sulfur compounds are byproducts of the bacterial action in the oral cavity. And that's from debris that's left from food and skin cells and toxins that are in the mouth, just as the natural process, because, we're eating food, 3 times a day, for some people more, and that food gets left over in the mouth. So these sulfur-containing substrates, the family of gases which are primarily responsible for bad breath, are highly toxic to mouth tissue. So if you do have bad breath, then it means that you've really got a toxic mouth. So it's something you want to address. And there's a number of reasons other than just food in your mouth that could be causing that. And we're not going to go into that detail today, but certainly this product here, the Terminator, could support you if that is an issue for you. So you want to eliminate those volatile sulfur compounds and bacteria. So it's important to use substances that are safe, which we've just talked about. There's many other mouthwashes on the market that have alcohol in them, and alcohol can be very drying to the mouth. And so this product doesn't have any alcohol. It's actually really soothing and calming to tissue. And this will become evident as we get through the presentation. So you want to use products that are safe and that don't result in the bacteria building up an immune resistance, which is really important. So the answer to bad breath and oral hygiene is stabilized chlorine dioxide has proven to be very effective at eliminating and controlling volatile sulfur compounds. Stabilized chlorine dioxide is able to work closely with the natural oral pH in your mouth. So it's really not going to disrupt or cause problems, which is fantastic. It acts as an oxidizing agent, and this is effective in assisting the mouth to control biofilms and neutralizing the acid in the mouth. So stabilized chlorine dioxide is very gentle on delicate tissues of the mouth. And this is what I really love, is that often we're using personal care products, mouthwashes, toothpaste that are increasing the irritation in the mouth, that are making things worse for us in many instances. And this product definitely does not do that. It's very soothing and calming. It decreases the ability for bacteria in the oral cavity to multiply, which is really important. And research has shown that stabilized chlorine dioxide can demonstrate efficacy at lowering concentrations of volatile sulfur compounds in the periodontal pockets by changing the molecular structure on contact. Now, I've said all this, and we can't make claims on our product. So I want to make that really clear. At the moment, what I'm actually talking about is stabilized chlorine dioxide as an ingredient and what it can do and what it does. So that's really important to note there, because we need to be careful what we're saying. So sodium chloride dioxide safety. So it's very safe, which we've already covered. And I won't go too much into the science there. There's quite a bit of science on this slide. So if you're watching this presentation, you can read it. But because this solution is slightly alkaline, no reaction will occur, and the solution is stable with no significant loss of efficacy. So when the solution is used as a mouthwash or sprayed on a surface, it reacts and produces a chloric acid, which converts to chlorine dioxide. So the breakdown products from the chlorine dioxide reacts and is harmless to people, animals, and the environment. So that's really important to note. And that's why it's just such a safe, fantastic product. So the answer to bad breath and oral hygiene, so Terminator. So we've talked about the key ingredient in this product, which I showed you the bottle at the start of the presentation, is stabilized chlorine dioxide, and it does eliminate odor and bad breath. Another distinctive feature is that we have an all-natural sweetener, xylitol. So unlike ordinary sweeteners, xylitol does not feed bacteria that causes dental cavities or plaque. So it is important to note that if you do have a pet or an animal, xylitol is not an ingredient you want to give your pet, and there is a certain amount. Xylitol becomes toxic to pets over a certain amount based on body weight. So I just want to mention that. So if you're thinking of putting in your dog's water or doing something like that, just be really careful, because dogs and cats and other animals process things differently to humans. So ingredients, so it's got stabilized chlorine dioxide, which you've covered. It's got the potassium phosphate buffer and some flavor in there, and water and the xylitol. So we've talked about the bad breath and leaving your mouth with a cool, minty, fresh feeling. So it's very pleasant to use, and it has multiple uses according to the users, not according to the company. So the following slides is how Terminator has actually been used by some people. This is not approved by Sisel. It is not approved by the FDA. And before you were to do anything that's discussed here, it would be important to check with your medical practitioner. So we just need to make that very clear as well. So some of the uses that people have described with this product, they've gargled it and helped with killing germs when they've removed their teeth. Some people have false teeth, and so it's a really good product for that. People have been spraying it on acne. People have also been using it, and I have to be careful the words that I use, but to clean their hands. So what I have done with this product is I have purchased, and hopefully you can see that, it's a little glass bottle, which I purchased online with a pack of 6 with a little spray nozzle. And what I do is I put some Terminator in there, and you can actually dilute it down to 1:3 to 2 parts. So 2 parts water, 1 part Terminator. And I use it on my hands, and I carry it with me in my bag. And if I've gone out, I spray it on my hands. And so really it's very good at cleaning the hands in the way that you would want them to. So I have to be careful again how to say that, because I don't want to make claims on the product. But if you do the research, you'll get the idea. And so I find this product absolutely excellent. I don't go anywhere without it. And in fact, Kurt, I bought the other day, I buy 8 bottles at a time. And the reason I buy that many is because I use it for so many things. Here we go. So you can also use it as a baby wipe. People have cut like little bits of chucks. Well, that's what they're called here in Australia. And you cut them into little squares, and you can just soak them with that mouth rinse. And it's great for wiping the skin down there. It has some good supportive results there. I've sprayed it up my nose for sinus. I've used it up my nose before as well. A lot of these uses I've done personally myself. Yes, I've sprayed it on a bite. I've used it on a cold sore too. Put it on a pimple. That works really good there. For any like skin irritation, and some people suffer like tinea and dermatitis, psoriasis and eczema. I found that generally it's very calming to the skin. So recently I was visiting somewhere, and when I was washing my hands, I think I've mentioned this on a previous call, my hands just break out if I use the standard detergents or anything that are available in public toilets. And my hands get itchy and irritated. And then if that's happened before, I do spray some of the Terminator on, and I just feel it's very soothing and calming. So it has great benefit for me there as well. I've used it this way as well. So if you're feeling a little bit, a bit of odor coming from under your arms, or you've been sweating a lot, you can put a little bit on a cloth and just wipe it under your arms, and it helps to clean under there as well, which is fantastic. Removing stains. This is a big one. I actually have to be quite careful because I've spilled some on my pants before. They were light pink, and it did remove the stain, but it changed the color there. So you can soak things in them. So just be mindful, I guess, what you're soaking there, but it has been effective for me at doing things like that as well. Just cleaning things, mascara wands, hairbrushes, things like that. I soak my toothbrush in the Terminator. I use the Terminator for when I'm washing the dishes, and I've got a sponge, those sponges that are connected with a head, and they sit there, and of course they can have bacteria building on them. So sometimes I soak them in that as well. When the skin's, flared up, you can spray it on there. Customers have reported they've even helped with supporting someone with an earache. Again, we can't make any claims there, so that's not verified. You'd need to do your own research. Spray on mouth ulcers, of course, any irritation in the mouth. This is, as I said, it's a calming product. People have used it for even a tummy upset. And again, be mindful there. Spray on babies' dummies, leaving them nice and fresh and clean. I'll just go through them here. Oops, I've gone too far. So again, I've seen people dip their contact lenses. Again, any abrasion on the leg, sprayed it on, does a good job with that. And dentures, we've got a light mist over clothes to remove tobacco smoke. It's been quite effective for that. Definitely gargling this product for sure. When I've got a tickle, or even, if I feel like something's coming on, I will gargle with this product. It's absolutely fantastic. Cleaning the piercings in the ear. Here's a great one, cleaning the whiteboard. So I didn't think of that one, but I've got a whiteboard here in the room to write up actions that I want to take for the day. So that's a great one to clean the whiteboard. To remove the petrol smell after the petrol station, definitely used it for that one before, if you've got petrol on your hands after filling up your tank. And let's go through, we're nearly finished here. So this is not all the 100. If you are interested in the 100, you can join Dr. Kurt's Facebook group, and we'll post it in there so you can download it from that group. Whoops, don't want to go too far. So spraying it on the freezer and fridge to remove odors, definitely done that before. So if you've had a spill in the fridge, also on the hands to remove onion smells. It does seem to take away itches, which is what I've mentioned before. So I have had a mozzie bite before and I sprayed it, and I found it quite soothing for that as well. For any burn, I've burnt from, the stove perhaps, there's been a great recovery with that. And we've got more stingers, any type of sting. Fungal infections, this can be a real problem for people. And I found that, with a fungal infection, you can get them in your mouth, you can get them on your feet, you can get them on your head, you can get them in many places. And whilst we cannot say treat, prevent or cure, it has been found to be quite soothing as reported by users. So definitely really good there to spray around the cats, dogs and beds, and spray animals to remove smells. Again, just be mindful because it has got the xylitol in there. A little bit's probably fine, but it does help with removing smells, definitely around their bedding. And got a few more. So we've just gone 1 minute over, and then we're going to bring on Jeff, and he's just going to share his testimony. He was so excited. He called me and left a message on my phone about how he was so pleased with the results of the product. So we've got babies' bottoms to remove, to help with soothing the skin there, shoes, spraying on phones, really big one. Your phone actually harbors a lot of dirt and grime. And so you can use it to wipe down your phone and your keyboard, your mouse. Really important to do that on a regular basis to keep things feeling clean and fresh. The fridge, I think we've covered that. I think we've got a couple of double ups here. Looks like we have here. So I think that was the last one. Yep. I think I've doubled up the slides here. I know these ones we haven't covered. So we've got also air conditioning filters. That was an interesting one, spraying on air conditioning filters. Only recently I just changed or cleaned out my air conditioning unit. That's something you are meant to do on a fairly regular basis. You mightn't have done it for a long time or at all. So you might want to check out your air conditioner, especially if it's a air conditioner and a heating system at the same time. So just air freshener, spraying on the skin after shaving. It can be used on beards, in jars and storage containers, for shoes and for fruit and vegetables. So look, there's so many uses reported by the users. As I said, they're reported by the users. You need to do your own research if you felt it might benefit. Again, we can't make any claims there. I am going to bring Jeff on just quickly. So thank you, Jeff, for joining us today. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day. And again, I know your story, what you're going to share. So we just have to be careful not to say any words that would get our call blocked. So I'll go ask to unmute. So let me just bring you. I think you can talk there, Jeff. Is he able to talk there, Dr. Kurt? Let's see. Just asked to unmute. I think I muted you accidentally. Oh, there you are. Can you hear me, Jeff?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yep.
Oh, great. Okay, excellent. Yes, so you were really excited. You've been using this product. This is a favorite product for you as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I had been using it for gargling. Yes. And, well, just standard. I wasn't using every day, but yes, I used it for gargling and it was help. And then got the flu and I got a dropper and just put it down the nostrils, and I could feel myself on the verge of going downhill, and my sinuses I felt were quite inflamed. The glands in your throat there, I could feel them too, sort of blowing up. And anyway, so I actually used a little bottle to spray up through the nostrils, and I suppose it took about 2 or 3 minutes, and the relief was just chalk and cheese.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah.
provided relief.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. Just amazing, really. And that sort of inflamed feeling, or however you describe it, it subsided, and that was a real turning point with this glue. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic.
So yeah. So now, I bought a dropper yesterday, and so now I still sort of got symptoms of it, but I'll use it all the time now. And as you said, described, you buy a number of bottles at a time, so use it. You know, that sort of proves how effective it is.
Yes.
To me, and it's it's quite dramatic, really.
Yeah, it is. It's an absolutely fantastic product. What a great story there, and thanks for sharing that with us. And so, yeah, and that is a really good way to describe it, that it is really soothing and calming. So, I've got to put in an order today, and I normally order about 8 bottles at a time, and I always have multiple bottles there available to use it for whatever I decide I'd like to do with it. So I guess we'll leave it there. We've gone over, and I do apologize, we're 6 minutes over the half hour. So thank you for tuning in today. Thank you for watching the recording, and I'll hand it back to you, Kurt, to close out.
You bet. Well, Katie, thanks for a great presentation. I'll tell you what, I keep a bottle of Terminator, just the little 2-ounce bottle. I keep it in my fishing tackle box, because you're always poking yourself with a fish hook. You're always cutting yourself with your knife when you're cleaning fish and things like that. And I like this because it, we can't make any medical claims, but it really does help when you're trying to just keep from getting any kind of infection. So for us guys that like to hunt and fish, keep a bottle handy with you. Keep it in your truck and whatever, So yeah. So what a great presentation. Thank you, Katie. And folks, think about it. I mean, you could build a company just around this one product. We've got 30 some other products that are just equally as great, some even better, and a lot, like amazingly better. Right, Katie?
Yeah.
And this is it, folks. I mean, you just got to decide you're going to do it. You got to do it 100%, not 50%. And I'm going to do it no matter what.
Great. Thank you, Kurt. Thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend.
Bye.